Hey everyone, this is Tiffany with Healthy Passions. I wanted to take a moment here and kind of look at this tree here. This tree was in full bloom when I first got here. It had green leaves all over it. It was beautiful. It you could tell that it enjoyed all the sunshine from the full days of sun and enjoyed itself. This tree's been here for a while. It's a very beautiful tree, but now as you can tell, some of the leaves have grown brown at this point and they're falling off, dying slowly and falling onto the ground. And the reason why I want to kind of look at this tree and kind of use it as an analogy, this is very similar to chosen ones, as in how we are on display for everyone to see for the most part. And when we die or when we transform or when we go through hard times, a lot of times people see our transformation, and to them we look like we're buried and that we're died, and that we're done for, and that we're not going to come back from whatever it is that caused that to happen. But in most cases, that is not the truth. What you're seeing is what we call a transformation. Just like this tree transforms and goes green in the spring and summer, but then it transforms and dies when it comes to the fall and winter. This is what happens. And I like to look at the leaves on the ground. These are mistakes, thoughts, and activities that have happened against us, for us, by us, that the world sees. They're going to see these leaves. They're going to see them falling, and they're going to be like, oh my God, the chosen one is done for. The chosen one has so much mess to clean up. There's so much stuff to clean up. And then they're truly not going to be able to make it out of this one. And think about it, chosen ones. How many times have they said that? We don't respond. We don't say much. But how many times have they said, I don't think the chosen one's gonna make it out of this one? How many times? Gosh, it's been forever. So many times where they say that. I don't think she's gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh, let me throw some spell work in there to make sure. I think they're done for, especially when they're weak. Let me kick them while they're down and throw some dirt on that pile while they're in that pit. Let me throw some dirt on it and make it harder for them to get back up. Things like that. That's what people do. We're used to it. We don't care about it. We just move on. Just like that tree, we do what we do in our season, and then we get right back up and get right back to what we were doing in the first place. Most time, that's going to be our mission and our purpose. So I wanted to kind of get on here. This is a general video. I wasn't planning on talking about the tree analogy at all, but I wanted to do a video about the theme of 2024. Around October, November, December, the Most High usually gives me a theme to kind of talk about uh, when it comes to the following year, what the energy is going to be like. So I've already posted it. This year, I have a theme of new beginnings and also access. So there's going to be a couple of things with the access, so we're going to talk about it. Let's start with the new beginnings, though. A lot of it's going to be new beginning energy, meaning that you are not going to probably be finishing this year with the people you started with. Family, friends, foe, doesn't matter. Me personally, I lost everybody. When I say everybody, I lost everybody. The only people that have stuck with me were my children and one friend. One. And that was a newer friend that I've had for a long time, but she was a newer friend. It wasn't a long term friend. So I just kind of want to put that out there. Like, it's almost like a quantum leap at the end of 2023, because the people that I was in with tough and going through things with and trying to work things out with, they're no longer here. Whether they left on their own or I left them, or now they're deceased, depending on the situation. They're gone. So I mean, new beginnings for sure. You really don't have a choice. You have to rock with it. I think it was a time period in the last few months to where we've had time to kind of woosah, because it's been a lot from 2019 up until 2023. It's been a lot going on. So every once in a while, I notice that we have a time period to where we woosah, and then we come back to, and we get right back to the war that continues to go on in daily life. We go right back to the battles of daily life. So my woosah time is almost up, which I'm excited about because I've rested for long enough and ready to move forward and keep going. So my new beginnings is going to be pretty awesome this year because I have a new beginning across the board. So I don't really like to talk about in detail the things that I have going on because a lot of times people are trying to work against me. They try to do witchcraft and things like that. So I really don't talk about it. I just let it happen. But that's just the way life is. So if you don't mind, I'm walking because I need to get outside. Of course, nobody bothers you until you're outside. So, um, so the new beginnings, like I said, you will not be starting with the people that you started out with. If you are starting with the same people, and if you are still with the same people and the Most High told you to leave those people, you will notice that everything is falling apart. There is a lot of chaos in that situation and nothing seems to be working out. The purpose of that is to get you to remove yourself from that situation, trust the Lord, and keep moving. If you are not supposed to move, everything will be running smooth and you will have your way. So that's the way the things go. You have to pay attention to the circumstances, situations. You have to make sure that you know who you're dealing with, and you have to know who's on your team and who is not on your team. At this point, everyone has chosen a side. Either you chose to be good or you chose to be evil. There is no in between. You are either or. So it is what it is. The Most High said, choose you this day who you shall serve, and you cannot have two masters, so you can't be both. But like I said before in many of my videos, there is no such thing as a Christian witch. That is not possible. You either one or the other. You're either a Christian or you're a witch, whichever one it is. I don't call myself a Christian, so that's just an example that I used. Me, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. That's the system that I choose to deal with. Deal with Christ Yahushai, the Father Yahuwah. Sorry about that. The Father Yahuwah. I'm looking off to the side, kind of watching my surroundings. The Father Yahuwah. I deal with the 12 tribes of Judah and all of the other tribes, Ephraim, Dan, and all these other tribes, Benjamin, and all those things. I deal with that information, bloodline. I deal with that kind of stuff. That's what I believe in. So I don't push my beliefs on anyone, and I don't care if you push yours on me. I don't care. Mine is what I believe. So you're not gonna change it. It is what it is. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to say this: rocking strong. What you believe in, you rock with it, and you go with it, and you stand strong. Most people who have been going through it for a long time, the chosen ones who have been initiated either this year or last year, you know that the cycles are long. Sorry, I can't drop my mic. You know that these cycles are long. I've had 5-year cycles, 7-year cycles, 10-year cycles, but the longest cycle, the one that just ended, that I have had a year to rest from, I'm so thankful for, is the 40-year cycle. Mind you, I just turned 41 this November, so I'm only 41. Got initiated to the kingdom around 40. And the reason why I say that doesn't mean I wasn't saved and not walking around saved and all that stuff. I was. I said I got initiated into kingdom living at 40. It took me 40 years to get all my training, 40 years to get all the heartbreak, betrayals, and lessons and life and all of that things that I had to go through to follow and do my mission. It took me 40 years to get through that. And y'all, it was hell. I'm not gonna lie. It was not easy. Um, very, very not easy. Being constantly betrayed and talked about and mistreated and not helped and looked past, looked over, but getting up every day and still trying to stay positive and living life and going through there, doing it soberly without, having to get high or to drink or to do any type of drugs to get through it. I did mine sober because it was already hard enough. I don't think, me personally, I didn't want to add addiction to my walk because it's already hard enough to get out of these cycles and to go through life and to be initiated into kingdom living. So hopefully this new beginning will probably be the most unique new beginning for most of us who have been initiated, who have done the work. This is going to be the most unique new beginning, meaning the one that you've been waiting for, the one that everybody says your breakthrough is coming through. This is the one. This is the one where those blessings start coming through. Um, where everything starts moving a little faster, and you're gonna start stepping into your power and doing your thing. This is the one. So I'm happy for that. I'm glad so many people have made it here. I'm glad that you are here. If you haven't made it here, I pray that you get here soon because times are rough for those who are living in a different kind of reality. Another thing too, so access. I wanted to talk about that. There was two things. So in my vision before, like I said, I saw access denied. So a lot of times, the people that you thought were going to go with you are not going to be allowed to come with you. They're going to have a access denied sign. So no matter what they do, no matter what you do, either the Most High is going to keep them blocked, or move them away, or cause a situation to where y'all can't be together. So you better figure it out. So if the Most High is causing certain things to happen and it's getting real tumultuous between you and the person, step back, ask the Most High what you want to do, because I've seen someone who recently die from not listening to the Most High and taking on the karma of someone else because they refused to leave that person. They died. So, and I've seen it more than once. So at this point, it's very serious. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Stop twiddling your thumbs and trying to figure things out. Where I am now, I am in a place to where I can rest and be safe and be cool. However, I'm getting restless, and it's time to start getting ready to move around and to do the other things that I wanted to do. There's other directions that I want to go. And um, that moving around kind of makes me nervous because the places that I'm going to go, I'm not going to know anybody. Not only that, I'm not going to know anything about the place. But I've done that, been there, done that before, and succeeded several times. So it's not that I fear not knowing anyone. It's just the reality of the situation. I won't know anybody. It's going to be a true new beginning for me. So when it comes to the access denied, a lot of God ordained spouses are going to wake up and say yes to their purpose, but some of them aren't. Mine didn't make it. Not only did he not make it, he's no longer here on the land of the living. So just know that sometimes with those situations do not work out, and you have to move forward. You have to be strong. You have to move forward, because just because your God ordained did not make it towards you does not mean that your mission ends. Matter of fact, you get a little time to breathe and you keep going forward towards your mission and purpose, because the Most High does not play about that mission. You have to get it done no matter what the circumstances are. So you will be going forward even if your God ordained does not make it through. And it's a sad, sad day when the chosen one falls, but you have to keep going forward. Um, Access denied means that that job that's no longer working out may not work out. You're going to find yourself fired, or it's going to be conditions to where you can't work there anymore, just out of the blue. Um, Access denied is that city, the energy in that city no longer works for you and what you need to do. So nothing's going to work out there. It's going to start being bad situations in your neighborhood. And you're going to start to notice that nothing's working out in that situation because that area is not for you anymore. It's time for you to switch area codes. I mean, access denied can mean a lot of things. It can mean to relocate and leave your family. It can mean come to your family. It can mean a lot of things. You have to get with the Most High and see what your new beginnings looks like, what it entails, and what it needs. And you need to be very clear on that. If you have to fast, most of us are fasting this December because it is very clear that the Most High wants no excuses, and He wants accuracy this year. He wants us to move with intention and without fear and consistent. That's what He wants. So if that means you have to fast and figure out what the Most High wants for you, that's what you're doing. I'm doing it. Everybody's doing it. Got to get with it. You know what I'm saying? Most of us who have the Holy Spirit, who walk with the Holy Spirit, are on the same page. Most of us are doing the same things unknowingly, because it's one spirit, one thought. You know what I'm saying? One body. That's what we're doing. So I love you guys. I wanted to kind of just get a video out so you guys could be clear that I will be continuing to make content. But this one's just that theme. 2024 is going to be a different type of year. It's going to be new beginnings and access. The cost of being in your presence has gone up. And if they can't pay that price, they will not be near you. They will not have a seat at your table. So I love you guys. Enjoy. Have a great day.